welcome to Watercooler. Oh, yeah. We back. Thank you so much for tuning in. You know how the show goes. I, Chris Locks, I'm on a kick with my former Cruel Digital Buds, and we kick it Phyllis style. Let me introduce everybody who's here all the way in Orange County, California. It's Gary Smith.
What's up?
Hi, Gary. And then all the way in Austin, Texas, we got Matt Fondelier here.
Hey, brother.
Hi, Matt. And then just in Long Beach, just like me, Mr. Caelan Bean.
What's going on?
Hi, Caelan.
Hey, Chris.
And then all the way in North Hollywood, California, it's Mike Dawson.
What is up, dude?
Oh, what isn't up? Well, we're all here. We're all having a good time. I missed you guys. We were fresh off the movie club this month, which is Matt's choice, the Netflix Insta classic Hitman.
According to the Rotten Tomatoes score, it is a banger.
It's a banger. Did we agree? You'll have to subscribe and find out.
It's available right now if you subscribe to that tier, so go check it out.
Yeah, we had a good time analyzing that film. And I was thinking, so we did brush a little about how the main character's name is Gary, but we didn't do Peak Gary in
He's sitting right
cinema.
here, baby. There's no reason to do it.
Wow. That's good.
What is
That
Peak
was gonna
Gary?
be my answer.
Because I was looking up
Watercooler.
famous Garys, and they're the top 3 famous Garys, not
Oldman.
including Gary here.
For sure. Oldman.
Yeah.
Gary Oldman.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that works.
It's
Gary
Gary
Oldman.
Oldman, Gary Busey,
Mm.
and Gary Coleman.
I've got to outrank 2 of those.
Gary Busey's peak in a different way.
Yeah, peak head trauma.
Yeah, give me Big Wednesday, Gary Busey, and he stands a chance.
Chet
For
Stedman.
me, it's Point Break, Gary Busey.
Yeah.
How
Well,
about Under
Point Break.
Siege, Gary Busey?
I'll stick with Rookie of the Year. He said just needed one more pitch, just one more. Yeah, I
Great
Gary-
interview with Daniel Stern on Mark Maron's podcast, by the way, director of that fine film.
he directed that one, and
Yes, sir.
and he starred double duty like Glenn Powell in Hitman. The Gary Busey doppelganger for me is Nick Nolte. I don't know. I can't watch Nick Nolte without.
I can
thinking
see it.
Busey.
I can
You
see it. Yeah.
They're a little
Yeah, I
too.
see it too.
It's a little too similar for me. I don't know. And then I don't know any famous Garys in movies like as the main character, as a character, except for like SpongeBob has a Gary.
Yeah.
But Gary said that when Hitman came out, he saw a bus bench that said something like Gary or something on it.
Said Sweet Gary.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, and it was really awesome when my friends who I was with when I saw it decided to take a picture and Photoshop my face onto it. It's a good time.
Share it.
Yeah, we're gonna need
Yeah,
you
I
to
can
put that
share
in
it.
the Facebook group, or share here. All right, so look, we got I just had a really good time talking movies with you guys. So little daddy radio here. I just got back recently from the dentist's office. Took my kid to the dentist for the first time. He has 2 front teeth, 2 bottom teeth. They're there.
7 cavities.
Well, all I feed him are red vines. And so we took him to the dentist just to get everything looked at, make sure everything's looking good.
What'd they say?
And, well, so we walk in, and the place is like, this place is popping. I wanted it to be my dentist. Like the lobby had all these iPads, like just you could go to each iPad. They all had a different game on them. Had a cartoon playing on the TV, like a movie, and then just Kids Bops. Remember Kids Bops?
Yeah.
They're still
Sure.
here.
What are kids'
And
bops?
Joe Cool sent me a kids bop of Not Like Us, the Kendrick Lamar song, and it's so funny.
They
Kids
had
Bops.
kids
Awesome.
singing popular songs.
Yeah. So imagine your favorite
Kids
song.
singing
It's like
popular songs.
yeah,
Okay.
like
In
or
a
like
kid, toned
Yeah.
down, clean version.
pop songs. Yeah, and it's sung by kids, and then obviously the lyrics are changed to something a little less
So
offensive.
basically what Weird Al does.
But he doesn't change all the lyrics. They usually sing as much as they can, but then they'll change a lyric or two if it
Okay.
deems
Just the racy
offensive
stuff.
right, the racy stuff. And so I'm listening to some Kids Bops, and like the first song that they're blasting is that Noah Kahan song. Noah Kahan, like he's like the hottest singer songwriter right now. I don't even know how to pronounce
Saying
it.
it.
Made
We're all
Dawson
old,
leave the
bro.
chat.
Stick Season. He's saying Stick Season. You've never heard the song Stick Season? It's huge.
I don't believe I have.
Is it huge for people outside the age group of 3?
Yes. Oh, well,
It's a,
anyway.
it's a song about frolicking through the park and gathering sticks for mommy and daddy. I don't think I've heard that.
It might be.
bop.
I think if you guys went and listened to it, you'd be like, oh, this song. Well, anyway, so they're singing Stick Season. Then all it's like a Dua Lipa song goes on, Levitate, and they're just blasting it. And it's like a club. I'm getting my kids' hands, and I'm just like dancing with them in the lobby. Like, dude, this freaking rules. And then,
Do you really want children dancing in a dentist's lot?
oh yeah, there's a dance floor.
You gotta fool 'em, dude. You gotta make 'em think it's a magical place.
Tell the
We're
disco
missing
ball
the
that.
opportunity to teach our children. There are places where you sit
Well-
and you be still.
The music's blasting, the entertainment's blasting, and I'm just like, dang, this is cracking. So so the songs are playing, and I'm really feeling it. And then and then the song ends, and then there's that lull of like 3 seconds of silence before it goes to the next one. And in that lull, you just hear kids screaming from the back. Ah! I'm like,
Drills.
they're just like blood curdling screams just from the back of the dentist's office. And I'm like, oh, that's why.
It's a club in here.
That's why it's a freaking club. Because as
You're
soon as
supposed to
the
be
song
subject
dies
to
down,
that.
it's just
As you sit quiet. And
it's
sit
House of
still.
Horrors.
Yeah.
It's a House of Horrors in there.
Goes from the House of Blues to the House of
Yeah.
Horrors.
Did
Your table's ready, sir. Oh, cool.
Benny's obviously
Wait a
not
minute.
old enough to do that insightful thinking that you did. He didn't hear the noises, right?
No, he didn't. I definitely. I mean, they're hard to miss. Like it really was just like when you hear a kid screaming, it's pretty
Yeah.
terrifying. So I was like, oh, that is a strategical move to have the. I thought it was just to get my morning started right, but that was it.
I went to my kids. It was obviously started out as a kid's dentist, and I continued going there until I was like 15.
Oh, I went until I was 25, Caelan.
Yeah, no,
I
I'm
went
already
until
down,
my
yeah.
Tired,
I
which
went-
is why I had to move on to another. But I would have kept going there until I was 25. But
Dude,
Yeah,
I
I
went
know.
till-
They
I
had
went-
the best lollipops, huh, Caelan?
Yeah,
They
they make you wear the alligator bib.
you know
I
what?
had those
Actually-
little games in the lobby, those little toy games that I could play with.
Yeah,
while I
yeah,
was
the
working.
race car
I'm
seat.
wrong. I went until I was like 35 because I ended up getting one of their kids a job at Corolla.
Oh, wait.
Remember
who?
that? Remember that dude who worked over on the movie side for a hot minute?
Oh, yeah.
That was the child. That was the adult child of my childhood dentist, who I went to well into my 30s.
I do remember that.
That's impressive. I guess dentists can be like your Mr. Feeney. They just as you grow old, they grow old with you, and you can just
Pretty
Just
much.
I remember going to that kid's dentist, and I was getting like a procedure or whatever, and he gave me the gas. And I was probably about 14 or 15 at the time, and he turned it on. He went, "Do you feel anything yet?" And I went, "No."
You
He
went,
turned it
"I
up,
am
he turned it up
insomniac."
higher, and I started to feel it. And he goes, "You feel anything yet?" I went, "No."
No.
yeah.
He turned it up higher, and I was feeling it. He goes, "You feel?" I go, "No." And he turned it up higher to the point where I could not stop laughing. Like I burst into uncontrollable laughter, and he went, "All right, I think you're good now."
I would
Dentists are
love.
cool.
I've never tried laughing gas.
It's fun.
I would love to try it.
It's pretty all right. Well, here, this might make you laugh.
Oh, I love that.
Sweet Gary.
And
I
if
wish
you
it-
look there at the bottom, it's a little blurry, but it does say Hitman on Netflix June 7th. But originally, Glenn Powell's face is where mine is.
See, now you got to just put movie club discussion. You got to Photoshop that onto the poster,
Yeah, make
Yeah.
some.
and
some
then we
artwork,
can use
please.
it as an advertisement.
Yes.
Yep.
Photoshop out the homeless person doing drugs right there.
Oh my God, there is. There's
This is
We
so
don't
right
much
know that.
beside the
right
bench.
outside my office. So, like, this is a real picture of where I work.
We don't know
Oh, I know
Um,
that for sure.
that. Yeah, you've seen that guy. So I just played a gig the other night, and there's like a new person working there, and she was very sweet about it. She was really pumped. I guess she doesn't. You typically work weekends, so she wasn't new, but she usually works weekdays. She's like, I'm gonna request weekends because I want to see your band play, and I was like, that's so nice. She's like, yeah, you guys are like, you're definitely in my top 2 bands that come here. And I'm like,
What?
that just means
How about you keep that to yourself?
I was like, that means we're number 2. Like you're not gonna say you're in my top 2 and not
Yeah,
be
you'd be
number
the
2.
number
Weird way to
one, right.
phrase it.
Oh, you're reading. It's not. That's a
No.
good thing.
I'm
There are
with Chris,
probably
that's
like
rude.
6 or 7 bands. There are probably like 6 or 7 bands that play there that she's familiar with. And
And you're like in the top
what
2.
she really
you know?
is saying, Chris, is that she hates those 5 other bands.
There you
Uh,
go.
She absolutely hates those 5 other bands.
I'm with you, Chris. There's
at
a
least
banger in
are
there.
tolerable while she does her job.
we're at least tolerable.
That's what the compliment.
That's our slug line. Loxy, we're tolerable. Come on out. We're tolerable. But yeah, I just thought I was like, that's a weird way to phrase it. Yeah, you guys are my top 2.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
Doesn't mean we're 1. Doesn't mean number 1. I'll tell you that much. But still, I mean, still a compliment. Still very nice. We got double booked the other night. Mikey set up his drums and Will set up his bass, and then this lady comes over and she's like, "I'm playing tonight." Like, no, we are.
Someone got booked on top of you.
Yeah, we both did. So now it was just like a standoff of some sort.
But you had your shit set up, so you are 2 steps
Yeah.
ahead
Mhm.
in the standoff.
We are, but I looked back at my text messages and the guy said, "Hey, can you play Friday 6:29?" Which Friday is actually 6:28. So, but I responded, "Yeah, we can do that. We'll see you Friday." Great, see you Friday. So Friday was mentioned
There you go.
many times, but
Yeah.
he typed 6:29 and she had the 6:28 thing, and they were on the calendar. So, so we were discussing, and then she's like, and we couldn't play the next day. We're booked. So, and they weren't. So like, oh, maybe we can play tomorrow and you guys could play tonight. Like, okay, let's do that. Like, okay, we're going to talk about it. We're going to figure it out. It's just a duo. And then she comes back like, yeah, we're going to want to play tonight. We want to go Joshua Tree on Saturday. I'm like,
Shit, hippies.
Yeah. You guys should have had a rock off.
I
You
thought
you
we
guys
should have had
play
a
a
rock off.
song and then let the crowd decide who gets to do the rest of the set.
Yeah, well, I challenged her to cheese ball, but she was like, I don't know. I don't know
have
how
my
we
dice.
make
There's
a
a lot of
winner.
rules. There's a lot of rules.
I know, yeah, and then we both realized we don't know how to declare a winner, and we just let her have it. But anyway, all right. Look, we got some seggies. We got comments. We got stuff to get into. You guys want to do some comments?
Yeah.
Do it.
Go.
Now it's time for listener
All right, and this is the portion of the show where we listen to you, the Bobo Boy Army, and sometimes you comment on past episodes, stupid things we said, whatever. But we have a Facebook group that's really wonderful. You just go to facebook.com/groups/Bobo Boy Army Worldwide LLC. Then you answer a few questions. We might let you in. If you don't have Facebook, get Facebook just for this. Don't worry. Zuckerberg isn't going to be monitoring you that much afterwards. Everybody's already listening. Your cell phone's already listening to you. So just might as well just lean into it and check out this wonderful community. My favorite place on the whole internet. So this first comment, this is from Victoria Gabay. She says, speaking of shrooms. Oh, I guess we're
Nice.
talking of shrooms.
Okay.
Oh, Caelan.
Let's
Oh,
talk
because
about
Caelan
it.
was
Oh, yeah.
talking about the shrooms
I'm back.
last time.
The glow up.
What's everyone's? Oh, it scrolled. What's everyone's favorite outdoor adventure to trip? I enjoy shrooms at Disneyland. It's so much fun.
I know
That
one
sounds
person
horrible.
who agrees.
That sounds horrible.
Yeah,
That
that
sounds
doesn't
like
sound like
yeah,
fun to me
I
either.
shroomed a little bit my last time at Disneyland, just a tiny bit. Yeah, no, that's absolutely.
I just want to be in a controlled setting. I don't want to go too far. I've been
Yeah.
with friends that are like, we're gonna fucking just walk through the woods, and I'm just like, it's too much for me. I can't take it.
Hold on a second, Matt. But I know that you've taken some substances with you to Disneyland before. So, like, what is your trip of choice?
No, don't be so sure about that, Gary.
I'm positive of that.
No, I've never shroomed at Disneyland ever. So
Yeah, I'm allowing for that. I'm saying, what is your fucking drug of choice if you're gonna go to go to Disneyland.
Again,
666-413.
Were you reading phone numbers out? What's happening?
Don't worry about it.
Yeah, no, honestly, just drinking and smoking for Disneyland. That's it. Truly.
You smoke at Disneyland?
I have, yeah.
I understand
Really?
why Matt's being a liar right now, but
I
more
am
of a-
not
more of a-
being
more
a
of a vape.
liar. What are you talking about? I don't even know what you're talking about.
Well, I have not done I've not done shrooms, but I think if I had to choose my favorite place, I would do a Grateful Dead concert at the Sphere.
Oh,
Is your
yeah.
probation officer listen to this?
No.
What the fuck is going on? That
I
sounds like a
shroomed
good
at a
answer,
dead
Chris.
show once.
Shrooms at the Sphere. That sounds fun. Not for
Shrooms
the
at the
UFC
Sphere.
fight that's coming up though. That would be fucking terrifying.
They're doing a UFC fight in the Sphere.
They sure
There
are.
are.
What the
Wow.
heck?
It's gonna be the first UFC fight in like a year and a half that I'm gonna buy because I just have to see what the fuck this is gonna look like.
They're gonna be like fighting in space, like just making it look like they're going like fighting on Mars. Like, what's the allure here?
Yeah,
The allure is what
that
the
would
fuck
be
are they gonna
fucking
do?
sweet.
I
would
mean,
totally
that
watch
would be
that.
sick.
Probably
But
gonna be
Why don't they
distracting
make
for the
ring a
fighters.
green screen and just fucking do that?
yeah,
Yeah. It's just gonna look like the latest Creed movie. It's like because the boxing movie. It looked the audience was fake. You could totally tell. It was,
I
like,
knew
all
that was a
CGI.
dig at that movie. God damn it, Chris. As soon
I
as
loved
you
it.
said it, I was like, wait, you're shitting on that movie? Oh,
I
you
love
are,
that
aren't
movie,
you?
but I thought, I mean, it was stylistically a little too thick, a little too heavy, and yeah, it was definitely like the crowd just didn't feel
Better or worse than Hitman? Go.
better.
All right.
Yeah, no,
Not a very
problem.
high bar you're setting.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
You don't know that.
Well, we don't know
91%.
that. Yeah.
Tomatoes. Okay, we don't know
Subscribe,
that.
subscribe to Movie Club and tune in and hear what we think about it. We could go either
Maybe
way.
we loved it.
Maybe we loved it. Anyway, so there's but I remember I went to a wedding once, and it was the same night as a UFC fight, and
I know exactly whose wedding this was.
and so we're at the reception, the music's playing, everyone's dancing, but I guess the husband really likes UFC.
The groom, but just to
The
be
groom.
clear.
Yeah, the groom, excuse me. And the new husband. And he finds out that there are projection screens on both walls that could just roll down in the hall. And so he talks to the manager there. Manager's like, "Are you sure?" He's like, "Yes." And out of nowhere, as we're dancing, two huge projection screens roll down and they're streaming the UFC fight. And just blood, fighting everywhere. The girls are horrified. The guys are like, "Hell yeah." And I'm just like, I cannot believe this is happening at a wedding right now. This is crazy. This is crazy.
From what I've heard of this story, when you say huge, you're talking like 20, 25 feet.
These are big screens. These are like they rolled out, like you can't miss them. Like they're, and we're at a wedding and now we're watching a UFC fight. And Jen would just looked at me and she's like, "Never." So we'll never. Because I think we were planning a wedding by then or something. But yeah, it was. I'll always think of that. It's just like, what a bold move to just have a big UFC fight just take over your wedding reception. But it worked out. The guy's still pumped on it, so it's all good. Let's see here. Let's do another Facebook. All right. Any other recommendations on where to do shrooms?
In your home.
How about a
Just wanna be
Joshua
near
tree on
nature,
Saturday
you
night?
know?
I
Yeah.
when I do shrooms, I typically I don't do like a whole bunch, it's not like a full trip. And I'm usually just kind of at home, but I do want to do the like nature. Like I want to go to a cabin in the middle of the woods and do like the full trip. That's something I've been wanting to do for a few years
Bachelor
now.
party, anyone?
What's fun a lot of times.
Oh,
Sometimes
that's the plan.
Sometimes if I'm going out to check out live music, I'll bring like 3 caps and a couple of stems, just enough so you can just be on the edge of shrooming.
Do
I
the
have a
stems
scale.
have
I
a
weigh it
Mixes
out.
well with alcohol and live music.
Yeah. You get a couple drinks
can
in
be
you, not
pretty
too much,
energetic.
and you get like a gram and a half. That's a nice combo right there.
Yeah.
Do the stems and the caps have different effects? Are they like a green onion?
Probably, but I don't know. There's nothing
Stems are-
scientific.
I
about
always
it when
feel
I
like
do
the
it. It's
caps
just
are a little
general
more fun.
size.
Yeah,
Caps
caps
are
are more
way
potent.
crazier.
From what
Okay.
I've heard.
Oh, all right. I didn't know that. So, let's see here. Ryan Scripps says Caleb is correct as far as this boba is concerned. Psilocybin is making a comeback, not that it ever left us. So, yeah, thank you, Caleb.
You're welcome.
That has to be an autocorrect, right?
It's
Yeah,
not
or
the
he's
first
on a
time.
bunch of shrooms when he wrote that.
Let's see here. Joe Metzdorf says that two of the best show intros ever are the original Magnum PI and Hawaii Five-0. Being in the islands may give them a bump. So he loves those show intros. Remember we were talking about that. So I don't think I've seen an episode of either one.
Oh, really? Well, it was before our time, really. But
Yeah. Well, Hawaii
I had a friend
Five-0
with
had a
older
comeback.
brothers, so I watched that shit.
Yeah, Hawaii. Wait, Hawaii Five-0 had a comeback. I remember they remade it and had the
Jamie Foxx.
Lost.
Jimmy Kahn's little son was the star of that, right?
Oh yeah, Steve.
Scott.
Oh, I was thinking of the movie.
Scott.
Oh no, I'm thinking of Miami Vice.
That made a comeback too, but it was a movie.
Yeah.
Wasn't a very good movie.
Colin Farrell, Jamie
Yeah.
Foxx.
I
I remember the action being really good in it. It just wasn't. It was very far and few between.
There was a lot of exposition.
Yeah.
It could have been 2 hours instead of 3.
Better, worse than Hitman. Go.
Better.
Yeah, probably. I'd put better.
Here's a tech talk. Ryan Scripps posted a picture of one of the old Apple mouses where you had to plug the lightning cable like on the very bottom of the mouse.
Hey, Chris.
And
Yeah.
TikTok. That's not an old one. You can go buy that one today.
Yeah, I have.
And like
That
how
is
I
a
used to have to
terrible
do it at the
design.
studio all the time.
It's
That is a
the worst-
terrible design.
It is the worst design. Ladies
Look at
and
this
gentlemen.
mouse that I have here. The thing is like right here, so you can still operate the mouse whilst it being plugged in.
This is the superior Apple product.
The hell is that?
The magic. It's a trackpad.
That you just took off of your.
I just picked up. It's like this is my mouse. Like this is how I move my mouse.
Wait. Well, you have to explain,
Wow.
Matt. They sell those separately. Like he
I
did
did
not
not
rip
know
out
that.
the trackpad off his.
That's what I thought. I was like, hey, check it out. Doink. That's what I use. Here he is. He's holding up a broken keyboard, ladies and
Not
gentlemen.
broken.
I'm a mouse guy. I prefer the mouse over the trackpad.
Then
Any
don't
day.
buy an Apple Magic Mouse. Mouse is fine, but the Magic Mouse is the worst thing in the world. Actually, after the latest WWDC, a big tech influencer named Marquise Brownlee got a chance to sit down with Tim Cook, and he basically said, we're going to go through, I'm going to list off 5 products, and you have to tell me, what you remember about them and what makes them magical. And as a joke, he slipped a Magic Mouse in as the third one, and it was hilarious watching Tim Cook fumble for anything positive to say about it, because it was fantastic.
Yeah, you guys mouse or trackpad guys or the little ball. I used to like
mouse
the little
mouse
ball.
when I'm working, trackpad when I'm just fucking around.
Yeah, I need the trackpad for any sort of editing, but otherwise I prefer just using the mouse, I guess.
I'm the other way.
Trackpad
I
all
like
day.
I like using the mouse for editing.
Yeah, same.
got a
I can't edit.
trackpad
Yeah, I
on
like
this
being able to
thing.
use the scrolling and zooming and stuff on the trackpad. It's just way easier zooming in.
I got a trackpad on this thing that I'm on now, and I got a mouse, and I edit on both of them. But, I don't know.
I feel like it gives you carpal
Kind of
tunnel or
cool.
something.
I don't know.
All right.
The
it
thing that
doesn't.
sucks
I
with
feel like-
a trackpad on the Microsoft Surface Pro is it fucking doesn't always work.
Chris, I got to be honest. I don't know this to be fact, but I feel like it would give you less carpal tunnel to have your hand in various formations as opposed to always fucking clasped around a mouse in the exact same fucking position.
You may be right. I think I have carpal tunnel.
This is a sad way to find out.
Thank God your new dog has health.
Holy cow. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like the positioning of it just it's weird to me. I don't know. Maybe I'll move over to trackpad. Let me know the pros and cons, listeners. Let's see. Let's go over to Patreon, because Patreon, we also put up our episodes ad free every week, and you can comment beneath those too. So let's see. We got Stacy Smith.
Boy,
Stacy writes, "Sup, formers," and that's it. Nice and clean. There we go. Stacy softened up. She got a little
Dawson
soft.
hasn't been here.
Oh, that might be it too. Let's see. Meatball 150 says he likes the Reading Rainbow theme.
It's not bad.
Okay.
So we have
Take a look.
that. Kevin Garrett says, I've been saying for most of my life that Growing Pains had the best theme of all time.
Also,
Um,
my time.
Yeah. It says,
I don't
show that
remember.
smile again. Don't waste another minute on your crying. Those are the
I gotta
lyrics.
say it's a newer show and not exactly in our demographics here, but the theme song for Girls Five Eva is fucking
Pretty
lit.
good.
Let me tell you why that theme song's so good. Because Sarah Bareilles is in Girls Five Ever, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and she's a genius. She is like my songwriting crush.
Well, there's a lot of
So-
hilarious songs on that show, so it makes sense.
She's incredible. Yeah, just the stuff she can make is just unbelievable.
Jenny, if
Oh.
you wrote a song, it'd be you.
It would. Let's see here.
Also, just a shout out to I love the Westworld intro theme song. It
Yeah.
you kind of have to accompany. You
Westworld,
kind of have to accompany.
Westworld, everybody loves Westworld, Westworld. We're gonna turn into robots. Sorry, what?
World? Yeah,
Yeah.
What,
I
how does
remember
that theme
one.
song go? Okay,
I think we got. I think we
that
nailed
one.
it.
Yeah,
I think
I
we.
can't
I
even
think
do
we
it.
got.
Can you sing it?
You kind of need the visuals to go along with it though, which hampers it. But that was one show where there's shows where you watch the theme song, you don't skip over it, and that was one show where I watched that entire intro theme song every time.
8.5 minute long.
It's a
HBO
long. It
credits.
is a long.
Yeah.
one.
I will say to any streaming service that has the skip intro button when you're just watching a show, put that thing up the whole intro. Because there's sometimes when the remote's just too far away where I'm like, oh, I got to skip this. And I run over there. By the time I grab it, the option's gone. And I have to
Yeah.
wait through the whole
You're on a
freaking
time crunch
intro.
when you see that. Aren't you?
Yeah.
It actually, that's reminding me another one. At least I know 3 of us have watched. Slow Horses. Fucking
Oh,
Mick
yeah.
Jagger singing the theme song for that one is
That's a good one.
all right as well.
By the way, did you see they announced the new seasons coming September 5th or 6th? First week in
Fuck
September.
Oh, I thought it was until November, so that makes me
No,
happy.
first week in September. I'm fucking pumped. They announced that today.
Did you guys watch Dexter?
Of course.
A little.
I did not.
A
The
little.
first
Some of
first
it.
3 seasons of that show is fucking
Incredible.
awesome.
Talk
So
about falling off a cliff though. And then
oh yeah, big time.
but now they're doing a prequel.
Yeah, they're really fucking beating that horse, aren't
Yeah,
they?
how's that supposed to work when he's 15 fucking years older?
Oh, it's gonna be different actors.
Oh, okay.
That'd be funny.
Little Dexter. They're gonna get little
Hey, guys.
Dexter. Yeah,
Let's see here.
the guy from the laboratory, maybe.
Oh,
David Brosauer Smith 69 says $5 really is $5, guys. Yeah, that's all it
Yes.
takes to support us.
Facts.
Jacob More or Less says, you guys were talking about concerts. So let me ask, which artist or band have y'all seen play live the most? Mine is a tie between System of a Down and the Mars Volta at 7 apiece.
wow.
I don't know exactly, but I'm pretty sure at this point mine's a tie between Blink 182 and Billy Joel. And by the next time we record, it will no longer be a tie.
Oh, someone's seen Billy Joel.
Wrong.
I think mine was probably Ben Folds, who I have not seen in many years, but back in like college era, definitely went and saw him many, many times.
You didn't see the 5?
No, they were no longer together.
And we had Steve
the two of
Miller
them.
who'd play every single summer. Most people probably have gone to a Steve Miller show every year of their life. Most people my age, but I think it's the Black Crows for me. I think I've seen them like 50 times.
Wow.
The Aquabats.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Mine is this band called The Matches. And it wasn't by choice. They just happened to open for every show I went to almost every show I went to between the years of like 2004 to 2008. And I remember I've seen this band play so many times. They just are always the opening band every show I always buy tickets for. So it's definitely The Matches. I've probably seen them play like 20 times.
Sick Little Suicide, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I know that.
Now
song.
that I
Oh,
think
that's
about it, it might be Loxy.
Hey.
Oh yeah, mine's Loxy. Mine's Loxy.
I think it's Loxy.
Yeah. I guess mine's Mike Dawson. Can't do
Um,
that.
Yeah, we can't do that.
Foxy.
I can do that. You just can't do that.
Yeah, it's in your top 2 of bands you've seen the most.
That's definitely top 2.
Remember, okay, well, I mean, I think it's fans you bought a ticket to the show to go
I
see.
absolutely have never given any money to see Loxy.
Yeah.
You're gonna see Blink at SoFi, Gary.
Yep.
Dude, Billy
pretty
Joel is
sweet.
playing with Blink 182.
No, but Matt, to be fair to your joke, by Christmas I think it'll be tied again. 'Cause
Yeah.
I think I'm seeing Billy Joel at the Intuit Dome in October.
I'm into that.
I'm into it too.
Into it.
I just have to call it back to the time that we had to do a fucking ad read for Intuit, and the ad company was looking for ideas, and Chris pitched, "What if we find boxes and find out whether or not Brad Williams can fit into it?" I've never laughed harder in my goddamn life.
I would have moved some product.
Yeah, it was right there in
It's
the
ahead of
title.
our time. Yeah.
They weren't a fan of my
Next
pitch.
staff meeting, I'm going to present that
Thing
to
I've
mine.
ever heard.
Yeah, bring it.
Yeah,
Maybe
I'll
maybe
take it
they
on.
weren't ready for it yet, Doss. Try it now, because that was I was pretty proud of that one, and they went down.
I love that shit.
I was crying laughing the first time Chris pitched that to me.
I legitimately sent that to them, and
I
they
know you
they
did.
were
and
not
that was,
interested.
that was what made it even better.
Yeah, I was feeling loose that day.
Something
All
tells me we had played some NHL that day.
Probably. All right. Well, you guys want we have a segment that we do on the show. This is how you remind me, which I truly enjoy. I mean, the last one we played was incredible. The techno song. Now, or the seance. So this is the portion of the show where somebody goes back into our archives, because our entire water cooler archive is up online now. It wasn't for a while. Now it's back. So if you just started listening to this show in the last couple years or so, go back and listen to the origins of this show, the very beginnings.
We've been doing it a long time.
We've been doing the show for a long time. So people have been doing that. And then they'll send us clips or time codes. Matt cuts them. And we listen back to the guys who almost feel like they're different people. They're at different points in our lives, different
For
points
sure.
of views, different perspectives. And so why don't we play the intro, and then Matt will set this clip up.
This is how you remind me. This is how you remind me of the podcast we had. Yeah, 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 yeah.
All right. So, this particular clip was actually not submitted by anybody. I just found one. I was thinking, you know what? We're getting near 4th of July, summertime. I was wondering, have we ever really addressed anything kind of along those lines that we could play as a clip? And I came across this. It's from July of 2018. It's episode number 128. And I just felt like this is a public service announcement that was worth bringing back to everyone's attention.
We're going to get blue. We're going to get brown.
Sorry, Laura.
Haven't we had enough
Laura
brown
Lee.
this week?
Yeah, boy.
I heard if you poop in the ocean, your butthole doesn't close fast enough, and water just rushes right into it.
Ooh, interesting.
What do you think?
Anybody?
What do you think of that?
I guess nobody here has pooped in the ocean.
Yeah, I can't say I really.
Yeah, I have no idea.
Where did you hear this?
I don't remember. I could have
Liar.
dreamt it. No,
Liar.
that's the truth.
I think
it's a true
probably
thing.
that
He could have dreamt it. You notice that? That was how he called it out.
Yeah.
I was
He-
forgetting
what his
about that.
dreams are about.
Completely
people.
unintelligible
Yeah.
statement.
I don't know, man.
I don't know. I heard it, or I could have dreamt it. It's either something concrete or something completely fabricated. That's right.
I think he's trying not to say, I was reading about it.
No, I've heard of something like that.
Dylan would know the answer to this.
Dylan, care to weigh in? If you poop in the ocean, your butthole doesn't close up fast enough and it fills with water.
Can't
so
weigh
Chris
in on
heard.
that, guys. I'm afraid of the ocean.
That's a
true.
well-founded fear.
I believe that. But what about peeing in the ocean? You can't be near anybody. What? 5 foot,
What are these rules, Chris?
5 foot buffer? I don't know. I'm trying to learn your etiquette.
When you're in the water,
doesn't matter.
It's international waters. Etiquette goes out the window, Chris. You don't abide by American rules when you're in the water. You know
I'm
that.
pretty sure American rules dictate you pee wherever the fuck you
All right,
want.
Matt.
Yeah, man.
That's America for you right there.
Wow.
There you go.
You know what's sad? I have not learned since, and I still think that.
I'm telling you, the answer is no. The
I
answer
was
is no.
wondering. That was my
It
follow-up
doesn't
question.
happen. You
I
don't
have
suck
not-
ocean water into your butt after you take a shit in the ocean. It doesn't happen. There's no way.
You know that for a
There's
fact.
no way.
There's no
I
way.
heard
Like
the
you're
jury's
hoping
still
there's no
out.
way.
Absolutely no way that is true.
I don't know. Not enough to convince me. I still think it's a possibility.
Well,
Gary, you're in shock right now. Are you all right?
What in hell? How did we get to that?
Because it has to expand.
uh,
You don't have to, like, it just the science is
Oh.
there. The science is sound. In regards to that, but I've not.
In which favor?
In my
In
favor.
which favor, Chris? Chris, if it really was a thing, you would hear about it a
We would
lot.
know. We would all know about
Yeah.
this.
Yeah, like, because believe it or not, although none of us have, there are people who shit in the ocean. I'll guarantee you.
While they're in it,
Yes, people do it.
not
Chris, will you be passing this fear along to Benny?
You know, yes, I will. I was also excited to pass another theory on to him, which is that that whole peeing in pools chemical that shows everybody that you pee in pools doesn't actually exist. I feel like he should know that. Because
Don't live your life in fear.
that was a thing growing up. You know, I show the guy my liner, I jump in the pool, and then I'd be too afraid to pee.
I'm glad you brought it back to the liner.
Yeah, and I remember thinking, oh, okay, that is actually not a thing, which is crazy because
Then they
it feels like
turned
we
it
should
into a
have that
gag.
technology.
Well, then they turned that into a gag in one of the Grown Ups movies where Kevin James.
It was a gag.
tells- I mean, I don't know.
Well,
You
they all
claim-
do it.
You claim that it doesn't exist.
It doesn't exist, but that's been a gag in many things. Like it was a gag in that show Pete and Pete on Nickelodeon. I remember that's where I first saw it.
What's so great for people who do decide to take advantage of the "This Is How You Remind Me" segment, and you actually go listen to the episode that it came from, you will hear a variation of this exact same conversation that we had 8 years ago,
No way.
immediately following that moment in the show.
See, I have not
That's
learned.
why
that
I've just
thing.
been sitting here laughing the whole time, because we absolutely talked about Pete and Pete, the peeing in the pool chemical. It's in Grown Ups. It's like almost word for word exact. Like we were just saying how different we were back then. Again, I'm not even kidding. 128. You can put them side by side.
Just lay them over each other.
Yeah, it's
They'll be-
actually
it'll-
kind of incredible.
We have grown not at all.
Yeah.
That's really sad.
That makes me happy.
Yeah,
That's funny.
Yeah, I
That's
would have said
funny.
I would have said that yesterday. So, or I literally said it today. So it's yeah, I guess I haven't really grown all that much. But thank you for pulling that clip,
Yeah,
Matt.
thanks, Matt.
Yeah, and again, to fans who would like a larger variety of clips, please post them on our Facebook group. I will try to find them all, and let's stick to the regular feed. That's the
Caelan,
goal.
how's the surfing going? Speaking of ocean swimming,
I had
Taking a shit yet?
No, I have not taken a shit
Oh,
yet. I
can
did
you
pee.
try-
I
you
did.
should
I did
try
pee in the
board.
wetsuit. That one was tough. I had to. Yeah, I made sure I was
Oh,
5 feet
man.
away from the instructor when I peed in the wetsuit. And it was actually I didn't realize this at the time, but like in the wetsuit, like it collects like all the water at the bottom at my ankles.
I mean,
So
the
like
pee?
yeah, so I think it was just collecting all the. I got out of the ocean and like it was just sloshing around at my ankles. I went, oh, I thought it was gonna come out, but I think it's all just stuck in there.
Caleb, do you not understand how wetsuits work?
I had to pee.
I had to pee, but strangely, my scuba suit filled up with warm water
Yeah.
around that exact same time. Warm ocean water. It's so
Yeah.
weird.
So I peed into it, and then like 45 minutes later, when I got out and there was all sloshing around my ankles, I was like, oh, yeah, that's piss.
There's your episode title, folks.
no, it's not. It's absolutely. We got to think a little bit about SEO here. Caelan, were you not going to tell that story had I not asked you about surfing?
I didn't even remember it until we were talking about peeing and ocean surfing. Yeah.
But you're getting up now. What's going on?
Well, I've only had the 2 lessons, and now I need to get a board. So, I don't want to just keep doing lessons over and over again.
So
So,
the first 2 surf lessons, what were you using?
well, they give you a board when you do a surf
Oh,
lesson.
okay.
Yeah. So I don't want to just keep paying
That's
for
how
lessons.
you're officially into surfing.
I got to
When
go
you
buy the
owned a
board.
surfboard.
I did buy a pass to go to the beach. As much as you want either. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Longboard or
I'm trying to
Just
shortboard?
go to the beach? Oh, I
Yeah,
guess like
No,
surf to
no.
surf.
Well, Bolsa Chica, where we had
Yeah,
the
this is where Sea Legs was.
sea legs. You
Yeah,
have to
they
pay
did the
$20,
World
or you can
Championship
just
of guacamole there.
or you can just buy a pass. And so I bought that, and I'm planning on getting a board, a longboard.
How's your
I've been
surf
told-
lingo going, Caelan? Are you feeling good about it? You feel comfortable about, talking to the other Groms?
I've actually heard that like surfers are fucking dicks.
They are. That's like
And
a
they're
lot.
like very territorial, and like there's a whole like you have to like know a bunch of shit going in there, like when you're allowed to like catch this wave or when you're allowed to do that, and it's apparently it's a whole thing. Like you really need to study up on like where you can go, when, and with who. Otherwise, they're just gonna fucking like shit on you and tell you to
Just
get
gotta
lost.
use the shaka.
They're
That's
gonna
an
shit in the ocean
international
on you?
symbol for anything you do.
Yeah.
Are they?
But,
Oh, I didn't know that. I've never surfed.
Yeah.
I only surf the concrete with my skateboard, but I don't know the etiquette or the ways of the. Dawson sounds like he's a surfer.
No.
No.
Does
No,
sound like it.
I went surfing twice in my life. The first time I got up, it was awesome. It was at Sands Beach in Isla Vista. It was midnight, full moon. Fucking rad. Like one of the coolest fucking nights of my life. And then the second time was during El Nino at Rincon. And the swell was like 12 feet. And I got beat up by the first wave and washed 1,000 fucking yards down the beach. Almost died.
Total wipeout.
Fucking, and it was funny because I'm walking back on the shore. I'm like, I can't, there's no way I can get out. I can't get out there. And as I'm walking back, my buddy that I was with is like staring at the ocean, yelling, Dawson, Dawson. And I
Oh,
walk up
God.
behind him. And I go, who you looking for, bro? And he turns around and goes, fuck, dude, your mom was going to kill me. I thought you were dead.
Oh my God.
Like, no, dude, I'm not surfing anymore, though. This is over, dude.
By the
That
way,
was the
this guy's
second
best
and
course
last
of
time I ever surfed.
this guy's best course of action was to shout your name at the ocean.
Yeah. He was like, yeah.
All right.
I bodyboarded a lot growing up. That was kind of
Yeah. I did
Yeah,
a lot of
that's-
that too.
yeah. That's kind of. But I remember we'd go to like Huntington at night. Like it would just be lit by the moon, and we would do those waves. And I think going back thinking about, it, I'm like that was quite dangerous.
You ever go down to the Wedge in Newport, Chris?
No, I wasn't really interested in it. Just so
Good
shallow.
call.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it breaks right there on like
Sure does.
on the shore. Very big waves too. But I remember in Huntington we were going at night and I got a cramp in my leg and cramps suck. It's like I would look at my calf and my calf would literally be shifted all the way to like my ankle. Like have you guys seen that?
Yep.
Yeah, it just like tightens up and just like and then I don't know, it feels like my whole muscle just got moved to the wrong place. And I remember the waves were crashing pretty hard. It was nighttime. It was pitch black. And I'm just like, I think I'm gonna die. Like I don't know what I'm gonna do.
Damn.
I was just and then my buddy Mike, he not the Mike, different Mike. He just happened to be in my vicinity and was able to grab me and got me to shore. And I looked at him and I was like, I think he saved my life. I don't know what I would have done had he not been there, because that was just crazy. Nobody could hear me. Nobody but yeah. So I think about that all the time.
Yeah.
Like, man, that might have been the last time I bodyboarded. What about skimboarding? You guys ever try skimboarding?
Yep.
Couple
Hurt
times.
myself real bad.
Yeah, I was gonna say I always saw people just fucking totally wiping out. Like it looked very, very difficult.
Yeah. I think I was able to do a shove it. That was as far as I was able to do on a skimboard. But yeah, still haven't been surfing though. I feel like Now I just feel like I'm past it. It just
Dude, go with fucking Caelan. You guys should go
Yeah,
together.
yeah, let's go out.
yeah. Can we share the same invisible board?
You know what I really want to try is wakeboarding. That looks fun as fuck.
That's hard. I've tried it once and I couldn't even get up.
Yeah, it's tough.
Like
It
just
looks
like
awesome.
the entry. But I bet like once you get going and once you're cruising, it's probably super fun. And I
Yeah.
probably, if I got up, I'd probably be able to like jump wake to wake and do all these really dope flips. But I couldn't get up. But I imagine that's how it would go. All right. Well, anyway, thanks everybody for the comments and Matt for the "This is how you remind me, buddy." Appreciate it. All right. So now it's the portion of the show we go around the horn and suggest something that our audience should check out, that we enjoy, that we support. And I will start over there in Orange County. Mr. Gary Smith, what is your plug for today?
Check out the Magic Trackpad from Apple. Dope. I just bought a new one this week. It's awesome.
I mean, ever since they've improved the gestures and the multi-touch, I get it.
Oh yeah. No, I mean it's amazing. If you're used to using a trackpad on your laptop, this is that but bigger for your desk, and it fucking rules. I absolutely 100% endorse it.
I'm surprised MacBooks haven't switched to touchscreens yet.
Give it a few more years.
It's coming
Yeah.
because their touchscreen technology is second to none. So it's weird that they haven't. But I remember when my laptop had a touchscreen and I would use it, Gary would just sigh. I could hear every time I still scroll on the touchscreen. I could hear Gary just sighing behind me.
Yeah,
And
because
it's-
you're doing it to antagonize me. There was no reason to be doing that.
Yeah, I miss it. I miss you guys. All right, Caelan, what do you suggest you check out?
Definitely check out our Patreon. If you like this show, you're going to get another one this week. And we just did our movie club, which, again, you can go see our opinions on the movie Hitman. And if you want to watch a horror movie, there's one called The First Omen on Hulu. I'll be reviewing that in the Patreon episode this week. So you can check that out.
Is that like a prequel to The Omen?
That's exactly what it is.
Oh, I'll have to wiki that then. I've wikied The Omen. I like it. All right, Doss, what about you?
I can't think of anything, but be good to each other. Call someone you haven't talked to in a while and say hello.
I support that 100%. All right, Matt, what about you?
Yeah, please check out our Patreon. We've got a hell of a community over there. We on the last Chez Fondele, I revoked a Michelin star. So if you want to hear that chaos,
I didn't know they could be revoked.
I
so,
didn't either,
so
but it
easily.
happened. And I may or may not be awarding a new one in the next episode.
Ooh.
So please check that out.
Are
$5
you-
Well, I
is
guess
$5.
that's every Shay.
Hold on. Are you awarding the one that you revoked or an entirely different one?
Well, I don't know. You're gonna have to wait and see, Gary. It's called a tease. If I gave
I
away
just
the
love-
answer.
I love how Matt could revoke a star from an establishment that served food at a regular pace.
Yeah.
It's just
It was a cardinal sin. The
how dare you
cardinal
do
sin
the
of
thing that
bringing
you
my
do.
courses together.
I hereby take away your award.
oh
Well,
brutal,
again, you'll
brutal
have to
for the
get into
restaurant.
particulars if you want to check that out.
I don't know how they're going to recover. But yeah, I
The
can't wait to hear.
listeners or the restaurant.
Both.
And me as well. All right, let's and as for me, my band Loxy, I hear we're in the top 2 bands.
Yeah.
We're playing at a brewery. I have so much trouble saying that word. Brewery. It's called
That's a
Beechwood.
fun word to say, dude.
Beechwood Brewery in
Brewery.
Bixby Knolls, and that's July 13th. It's their
That's a
13-year
Friday.
anniversary. No, it's
Friday
Saturday.
the
Saturday.
Brewery.
Let's not get Chris
Not
confused
what
on
I
the
heard from
Fridays
the
and
text
Saturdays. This may result in a double booking.
I was
Oh,
fucking around, Chris. It's the
Oh
Saturday.
God. Okay, I was like, July 13th, Saturday. We're playing a couple hours. Beechwood Brewery in Bixby Knolls. Come out and let's hang. All right, that'll do it for Watercooler. Thank you so much again for listening. Please subscribe to Patreon. Please share the show with a friend. Do whatever. We love you, and we'll see you later. Goodbye.